I guess you love movies. I do too. Hi guys, and welcome back to a very special My Favourite Movies video. And today we're going to be talking about a Steven Spielberg movie leading up to Ready Player One at the end of March. I'm going to be doing 3 My Favourite Movies videos detailing my 3 favourite Steven Spielberg films. And today we're going to be talking about his first blockbuster from 1975, and that is Jaws. So obviously Jaws is about a small community at Amity Island, and they're in the summer, and obviously their main income is from visitors and people that go on the beaches. And unfortunately, a giant man-eating shark happens to be swirling around the waters and causes absolute chaos for the entire community of Amity Island. So, Jaws. It is an absolutely iconic classic at this point. Jaws is so ingrained into the American psyche and culture, of popular culture. It is one of the most influential, iconic movies of all time, and a movie I absolutely adore. This is really Spielberg's first truly iconic film. Obviously he did Duel before this, the TV movie, which a lot of people really like. But Jaws is really the movie that made him. It also was the movie that nearly broke him. The very well-known production issues with the shark. Apparently Spielberg wasn't really very interested in the project. He was kind of lukewarm on it when he first sort of got given the script, and so on and so forth. Many issues with the movie in its production, pre-production and through production. Which turned out to be, at the time, the highest grossing movie of all time, and really the first blockbuster. But what makes Jaws so good? Well, I think it comes down to the human characters, mainly. Roy Scheider, obviously, is fantastic in this movie as Brody, and I think that his character, Quint, played by Robert Shaw, Richard Dreyfuss, all of their performances and their camaraderie together in this movie is very important, because they make this movie so good. They are the focal point of the horror. They are the people going out after this shark, trying to bring it down, trying to understand what's going on. And they're so relatable as characters. They're so human, and they're really so well written. This is a scary, thrilling, suspenseful movie, but the characters in the middle of it have to be entertaining and have to be well written. And these characters are so good that they are so iconic so many years after this movie came out. Obviously, Robert Shaw, I think, steals this movie. I think he's absolutely brilliant as Quint. And the best scene with him, obviously, is the Indianapolis scene, the scars scene on the boat. This is... Now, you know how good a movie is when it's a thriller, okay? It's a thriller, it's a movie about a shark attacking people. You're expecting some gory, relentless, thrilling shark action. But the most compelling scene in the entire movie is when 3 people sit in a boat, drunk, talking about their scars. This scene is absolutely incredible. It's one of my favourite scenes of all time. It's so brilliantly acted, directed, written. It's absolutely fantastic, and it's spine-chilling. Every time I watch it, I get my hairs on the back of my neck stand up. It's absolutely brilliant. And that's just one of the reasons why I love Jaws. As I said, it's got great humour in it. It's got great characters, got great camaraderie and chemistry between all of the characters. But when they do get out on that boat, oh my god, it's incredible. It is so goddamn suspenseful, and everything about the movie comes together. And of course, what Spielberg did so well with this movie is that you don't see the shark very much. You build up an anticipation for it as the movie goes along. And as the movie goes along, you wonder, how big is this thing? What can it do? What damage can it really do? Obviously, you've seen remnants of it, but you really want to see it in the flesh, and it builds up that anticipation. Obviously, the real reason for that is because the shark was working so little of the time that they literally couldn't show it very much. But funnily enough, that sort of forced artistic choice is so important to how successful this movie is and how good it is. This movie is truly one of the most effective thrillers ever made. And really the first masterpiece that Spielberg ever made. This really shows his technical mastery over the medium, and the way that he can direct a film. This is truly one of Spielberg's greatest films. I love this film. Is it my favourite Spielberg? Probably not. But it's definitely the movie that launched him and made him this master director that we all know today. It continues to be iconic. It continues to inspire, you know, many filmmakers. Reading the new Empire magazine, the special Spielberg edition, I can really see how he's impacted cinema and how without him we wouldn't have the cinema we have today. And Jaws is incredibly important to that, and I absolutely love Jaws. So that's my favourite movies discussion of Jaws. I will have 2 others out for you guys. Those will be of Raiders of the Lost Ark and E.T. Those will be out in consecutive weeks, talking about why I love those movies, and then I will have a review for you of Ready Player One in March. Maybe it might be early April actually, but that will be out soon. And hopefully you enjoyed this video, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Goodbye.